Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Universe at War. I have another 1 versus 1 for you today. In the red, as Novus, it's MelonFace22. And kind of halfway up the map, as the blue Masari, is Purified01. Actually, a new or returning player, new to the Discord community, and I think returning to the game. So it'll be interesting to see what both of these players have in store for us. Yet again, this is a map I'm not super familiar with. It seems pretty large for a 2 versus 2. My guess is that this is a custom map. Not a custom map. A multiple player match that just the two of them are on. So you would think that they would have cross spawns with the Nova spawning here or the Masari spawning up here. But it looks like they're spawning at the, what would that be, the 6 and the 3, the 6 o'clock and the 3 o'clock position. As is pretty usual, our Novus has gone for a flow generator and then 2 recycling centers, and Purified has, looks like, 4 architects out and is getting a matter engine and a skirmisher portal. I've seen one other match for Purified, and I know that he builds these really tightly packed bases like this. Apparently, back when Universe at War was new, this was pretty standard because of Novus strategies at the time. So, what Purified is trying to do here is protect the architects by kind of walling them into this area, and then we'll probably later mine the gaps. So anything trying to get in to kill the architects will be locked down. To me, this seems kind of a perilous sort of a build, because if this matter engine goes, then all of the stuff around it will at the very least be grievously damaged. Of course, he is in dark mode right now, so the Masari have a dark matter mode and a light matter mode that they can switch their entire faction into. Dark matter, you see these lines that indicates that the building has a force field, kind of like the Protoss get, that builds up over time. And additionally, in dark matter mode, when units attack, they slow their enemies. So dark matter is pretty popular. I tend to go with light or balance, the other tech branches. But this is definitely the most popular one. Now, anyway, let's check in with Melon. He's done a lot since I last looked at him. This always bothers me, and I have to say something every time. The Novus with 2 flow generators side by side, that's always a bad idea to me. If it's on the same screen, you don't need another flow generator. If they can get to this one, they can get to this one, and it's just going to be bad for you. The other flow generator should be very far away from the first one. Or to me, there's not much point. Melon doing a really good job with getting these flow conduits out and expanding across the map. That's important for vision, that's important for movement, it's important for harvesting. Flow is very important to the Novus, and it's good to see Melon, at least at this point, really taking it seriously. For Purified, we now have a second ring of matter engines coming out further away from the base. This is something I like to do primarily more against the hierarchy as Masari, because the Novus can exploit these really isolated buildings. This architect is not really in danger of dying. It's moonwalking. But he's definitely exposed when the Novus does get out. Higher tier units, air units, for instance. Melon, again, doing a good job capturing these neutral structures. Have that hierarchy outpost, which is a has a scanner sweep ability. I can talk, I promise. And, of course, that laser turret. Hear these screams, potentially, of the humans fleeing their houses being eaten by the Novus. The Novus are pretty much the good guys of the game, but they need the resources from these buildings, and it doesn't matter if the humans run screaming. They their needs take priority. So, anyway, Melon has 2 vehicle assemblies out. Looks like he's getting some variants to probably try to harass these architects. I think that's a good plan. For Purified's part, he's doing well locking his base down. We have 2 Guardians coming up. It's a nice, tightly defended base. Going to be hard to get in here and mess with stuff. We have a Figment coming out. It'll disappear shortly because they are invisible. There it goes, and I'm not going to be able to see it unless it attacks. So, for Melon's part, we do have Blade Troopers coming out. I heard them, but I don't see where they went. I really feel like Melon's missing an opportunity with these variants. They're just sitting there. He could really have them out and harassing his opponent. Got the Science Center being built. This constructor could help with it, get it out a little faster. Another Ohm in there for scouting. Not going to do anything much, but we'll see what's going on. There's a Figment briefly revealing itself. Another matter engine coming out. I think that... No, that's got to be a turret, right? There can't be another matter engine right next to the first one. And another matter engine. I always like to cover my bases because this is not a popular game, and it wasn't at the time. But everything in Universe at War has a limit, a build limit. You can build 5 of each type of factory. You can build 5 matter engines. There's another Machina coming up. More Figments coming out, it looks like. I won't be able to tell what this is. Okay, so we have the Oracle. That's the mini-map structure for the Masari. Also provides vision of in the Fog of War, units moving in the Fog of War. There's those Figments up in the Masari base. It'd be nice to see them do something. There we go. Melon taking the aggression to... No, don't target the building. That's a bad idea. Let's see. Some Blade Troopers going off. Must have been a Figment attack. Let's see. We do have... Let's take a look at tech real quick. See, there we go. Take those architects down. Don't worry about the buildings. You're not good against buildings. You're good against architects. A bit of a whiff here from... Actually doing some good damage to that Machina. I don't know that these Figments are going to... it's about to go down. It'd be nice to see it sold off by Purified. So I guess I was wrong. Not as much of a whiff as I was worried about. Right now, for Melon, we have... It's a nice EMP. Only stuns 1, actually, it looks like. Flow branch for... This is the most popular tech branch for Novus, of course. Machina is not going to die with the 2 architects healing it. It's going to actually pull through. So, let's see if he switches... Oh, we have a nice addition of Blade Troopers there in the middle, locking everything down. This is going to be hard to recover from. That's well played. It'd be nice to see them... Let's see, what are they going to do? They're not really focusing. Probably should target the Knowledge Vault. No, they're not really focusing on anything. Killing that matter engine would have been really good. Switching to light mode, I think for the increased damage. And those Blade Trooper clones have now dissolved, and the Conqueror is going to clean that up without too much additional pain. So not the best attack, not the worst attack. Pretty good job by Melon. Could have been better, but looks like he got all those architects, so well played. There, see, this is where you want to build a flow generator. Thank you, Melon. Way off out in the middle of nowhere. Now just connecting it back up to the rest of the flow network, I think that would be good. Looks like Melon getting ready to get the, what's it called? The vacuum imploder or vacuum destabilizer. Didn't get the laser turret before the Figment got him. Our first 2 field inverters out. This, of course, is basically what Novas like to do in the late game, is just spam, especially against the Masari. Field inverters are really powerful. They do a ton of damage. couple of redirection turrets up. This is actually one of my favorite turrets. It doesn't look like much, but the redirection turret's one of my favorite turrets in any game. I hope we get to see them in action, because what it does is it takes a projectile and it swings it in an arc around the redirection turret and throws it back. Additionally, it also shoots. It has a weapon of its own, so quite powerful. Nice little stun mines there. Actually, this one is a damage mine, and that one's a stun mine. Triggered by I don't know what. That Figment exploding, dealing no damage to the field inverter. Let's see. Sorry, economy starting to kick off a little bit. Got some more defenses coming up. Got some. I think we have all the matter engines up now. Looks like another Machina. I actually like to go air as a Masari personally. It's not a. So we got the upgrade coming on that first matter engine. That of course increases the capacity of the matter engine. Only on the one, it looks like. Nicely done with the Figments, because that'll clue our Masari player in when Novus is coming to attack. Now, I do feel like additional attacks by Melon would be really important in this situation. I think the mass inverter is a fun play. We have some more tech coming up, some more vehicle assemblies. I think that's a good choice. And I like that they're somewhere else on the map. Possibly would have been interesting to expand up north. To force the Masari player to defend multiple fronts. I think he's force attacking. That may be what's going on here. Anyway, it's triggering these mines. So you have a single disciple coming out. They got locked down by it. Okay, let's take a look. We have a lot of Conquerors out. I actually like to see the Conqueror tank. It's kind of overlooked by some of the other vehicles in the game, so it's nice to see them. A little bit of damage being done to that flow conduit, not too bad. Oh, we have Queen Altea out, so this is going to be... Oh, interesting, using her ability here to gain the resources, I think, from that. From those cars, I think. I do like this base setup, and for my personal use, I'm going to be making note of this for future. Also, the build order. We have an Architect on a sentry over here that will provide area healing to these Conquerors and everything else around the Architect. So that's a nice touch. Let's see, we have our super weapons coming up. There's the Black Hole Generator. And there's the EM Destabilizer. So, both coming up at once. I think this force is going to be enough to clean up these two field inverters. But, of course, there's a lot more out there. Tons back here at the base. These field inverters running away. Oh, it's not a Architect, it's a Seer. That is a Seer. That's why everything's all lit up. When the Seer attacks an enemy target, it doesn't actually do damage, it just provides vision of all enemies in the attack range. And of course Seers see stealth, which is why they're able to clean up these flow conduits, which is good for the Masari and bad for our Novus player. So... MelonFace really ready to fight back with this giant ball of field inverters, but... as of yet, is not really pushing out, so it'd be interesting to see. Here's the Founder. Let's see, we're searching flow 4. We already get the advanced flow, so anywhere Melon has conduits, he can have his army immediately. And there it is, ready to fight this small-ish Masari force with this giant ball of inverters. There we go. I was just about to say I'd like to see that shield come up, and there it is. I like this one antimatter tank. I think a couple more than just one, would be useful. Actually, they managed to get away with not too much damage done. But really nice use of those field inverter force fields. Let's see, back here we've got more inverters. So it looks like he's maxed out on this giant ball of nothing but field inverters. Got the Founder coming in for a scout. Peacebringers are starting to come out for our Masari player. This is where things could start to get bad for Melon if he doesn't come in and break this base. The Masari's endless economy is just eventually going to win. Because eventually it will get harder and harder and harder for Melon to get resources quickly. So we have the whole army moving up here from the Founder's power, but we have a little attack going on down here, so it'll be interesting to see how Melon responds. Letting that laser turret die, letting this conduit go down. Make it harder to respond to this army. Looks like this outpost is the next target. Come on, flow him right back. Flow him right back down there. This is a missed opportunity. The Founder has converted to his other form. That outpost goes down. Got a couple of inverters up here, a couple of towers. Masari does not want to attack into that. Purified, our Masari player does not want to attack into that. Is he killing the, don't kill the bridge. Don't kill the bridge with your units on it. Figment exploding. Now, of course, but we have Overclock being used. Extra damage from these units, even though they will take extra damage. That's alright, though, because we have all of these inverters. Nice use of the mines to lock down that entire army. It's beautiful. Of course, there's still a smallish force up here, but the main force just evaporated thanks to those Figments. So well played by Purified. That was brutal, killing off that giant army of field inverters almost instantly. These Peacebringers going inside the field to kill the inverters individually, while at the same time an attack is going on down here with these Conqueror tanks. This is probably going to get cleaned up, but there's not a lot here. There's the Founder joining the fray. I think that's good. I think no major risk to the support powers right now. And it looks like Melon is already maxed out again. Yeah, that was pretty safe. I think Melon will probably start building some defenses over here now that Figments coming in to try to harass the super weapons, but getting cleaned up. Nice! I love with these Figments. It's shutting down the whole army, but there's no Peacebringers here to back up that stun, but really well played. Love this use of Figments. We do have the Masari super weapon up now. I think it's actually one of the cooler looking super weapons with that floating face. There's Altea. I think at this point for Purified, we're just going to see Peacebringers coming out. We have a couple of Conquerors still in play, but I think as the game continues, it's just going to be Peacebringers. Where did Altea go? The hero. There she is. I think that matter engine was sold and moved. Yeah, I think it's coming up over here. More Figment mines being annoying down here, and that's giving Purified a little bit of a chance to maneuver into position. Yep, see all those Peacebringers coming down here to position themselves for the inevitable attack. Nice flow by MelonFace. He's not expanding it as much as he could have, but at least it's a little ways out from his base, and there's another We have this big army here of nothing but inverters. Coming out, probably going to kill that Conqueror, but that's going to give... No. Yeah, there we go. Gravity Bomb is ready. The EMP is ready. Founder's sitting over here doing nothing. This is a lot of DPS. The Figment is only going to be able to do so much. That mine goes down. That is a decent portion of the army stunned. Let's see if... Nope. Down comes the EMP. So, well played by Melon using that EMP. There's still a lot of Peace Bringers and Figments now. I don't think there's any Figments left, actually. Just Conquerors. And this is kind of the archetypal combat between Masari and Novus with the Field Inverters versus the Peace Bringers. And the Field Inverter army is actually doing a really good job of just murdering the entire Masari force. Down those Peace Bringers go, down all that stuff goes. The turrets are evaporating. Another Peace Bringer, that's a bad choice from Purified. Brutal. Another Knowledge Vault coming up. I like this hidden Knowledge Vault up here. In case Purified loses this one, he will have his tech back. Altea coming down. I don't know what she's going to be able to do, really. That comes up quick. I need to use that. Architects can rebuild units if they're... these guys are called Avengers, and Architects can rebuild them. I realize how quick it was. But this is still a massive force. Look at all those turrets. Jesus. I don't know that Melon's remaxing, which is a mistake. I'll take it out when you're standing next to it. The shielding inverter has gone down, which is a bit of a problem. Got the vacuum imploder firing off. And I think Altea's piece actually stopped the super weapon? What? How did I not know she could do that? It was amazing. Already, Melonface is back at max supply. I think his best option is to attack from unexpected angles, honestly. Gosh, I did not realize how powerful Altea was. I am not using her right. These units being rebuilt from their Avengers, I always get that, but I never use it. I literally never use it. I never save the Avengers and bring them back, and I didn't realize how powerful it was. Look how quickly those Peace Bringers all came back. And now it's Purified's turn to attack with, what is it, 5 Peace Bringers and the Conqueror. So it looks like he's actually going over here for the super weapon again. I don't know that that's the best choice. Actually have the EMP almost ready again. It's like Mirabelle could come out. We do have the Nanotech Branch Suite 2. And, of course, Melon absolutely ready for this, for these Peace Bringers to attack into his full army. Have one Conqueror over here, attacking the flow network. And the EMP could go down immediately, and probably will. Come on. Come on, Melon. There it goes. And that army's going to get cleaned up. This Conqueror being a little annoying still. But, yeah, those Peace Bringers melting under the combined assault. Ooh, the Masari super weapon going off. Actually doing some pretty decent damage. Wow. They cleaned up that whole army. Cleaned up that assembly, too. That's not really game-ending damage, but nice use of the Masari super weapon. And of course, the Masari super weapon actually recharges really, really quickly. Especially when one tech is fully researched. So that can happen a lot. We have more structures coming down in the corner from Purified, which is nice. This Peacebringer, I think, is going to take down... Actually, it's doing decent against these field inverters. That's one Peacebringer versus 4 inverters. It's already killed 2 of them. I think it'll probably kill a third. The last one actually goes away. Actually, that Peacebringer could have... So a Peacebringer can kill about 4 inverters, it looks like. Oh, there's the seer. I was trying to find where the seer was. Killing more flow as the army comes in for another attack. Looks like this bridge can't be taken out, actually. Interesting. Now, Melon has a lot of units, but they're not in the right place. Dervish, I like the tech switch from our Masari player. Not our Masari player, from our Novus player from MelonFace. Peacebringers can attack air, though, and are pretty good at it. So the Dervish is exploding pretty quickly. You got a pretty big ball of Dervishes to take out something like a Peacebringer. Now, I really think what Melon needs to invest in is amplifiers. Amplifiers would do gangbusters against the Peacebringers. With the support of these field inverters, yeah. That's just my 2 cents. But it looks like this black hole generator may actually go down. There's just not enough Novus stuff over here. There's more and more Masari stuff coming in, including 2 full health Peacebringers. Actually, that one's pretty low. But that one is undamaged. Taking out the flow network, that ensures that this base is going to go down. So really at this point what I think Melon needs to do is just sell this off and rebuild it elsewhere. Which brings us to one of Wayward's rules of RTS. Looking at the mini-map can tell you a lot about the state of the game. Melon is really kind of crammed into this area of the map right now. He's lost his access to this area of the map, and actually manages to lose that without it being sold, which is a big problem. These factories are going to go down. This other super weapon is going to go down. Got the Matter Storm going off in the Novus's base, thanks to, I presume, some Figments? Yep, Figments. Dealing some nasty damage, killing a lot of stuff in Melon's base. That was actually really, really, really bad for Melon. It's like Mirabelle's coming out. Founder is still alive, actually. But that was some almost unrecoverable damage right there. Now with that Peacebringer, but that doesn't do too much. But here we have another big force of Novus stuff. Mirabelle might help a little bit, but Melon is really hurting at this point. Kind of just collapsed all of a sudden. Got a decent-sized army, but his ability to remax is severely compromised. He's lost infrastructure, has lost, I think, potentially production. Got another Peacebringer coming around the long way. Yeah, seeing Purified go the entire time without losing really any infrastructure. Possibly what Melon could do is switch back over to infantry production, get a couple of blade troopers and try to take out a matter engine. But even that, just one matter engine's not going to do too much to the Masari at this point. Actually, these dervishes doing just that, probably going to be able to take out the matter engine, actually. Trading one dervish for a matter engine is actually pretty good. It's like two, actually, two dervishes. That was actually a pretty good trade. This could be bad. There's stuff here, but Melon really can't afford to lose anything else. A second matter engine in danger of being taken out. Probably should get some more dervishes involved in this. Oh, Peacebringers marching in from both directions. So even losing a second matter engine, and actually these dervishes are going to go down with this matter engine if it does. That's not going to be enough. I think that's the one of two remaining flow generators going down. Melon might just be able to hold this, but see, I love that. Love these turrets. That army goes down again, but we have the Dark Matter superweapon available yet again for our Masari player. Normally, what I say with Masari is they kind of patiently wait. That's evil. That's nasty. Putting a rebuilt matter engine right there where... So this is Purified knowing he's won, basically. Another flow generator coming up, but really... I mean, looking at the mini-map, you know who has more of the map. You know who's got the map presence. You know, looking, just you know who has more infrastructure. There's the Dark Matter Storm coming down. It's going to be more infrastructure lost, more units lost. There goes that newly built flow generator. It's all of Melon's recycling centers, but one. Command core actually almost dead. Might go down. No, the Conqueror is going to go down first. Founder's not going to be able to hold this off. Founder's going to explode soon. And Command core about to be killed. Normally I say Masari win by attrition, but this was... Wow. I really enjoyed seeing this Masari play. Yeah, there's Founder, poor Founder, exploded. And Mirabelle, I think, was killed by the Matter Storm, possibly. I didn't see her die. The whole time, basically, Purified lost almost nothing. But Melon holding on to the bitter end. There's that last flow generator going down. That's the death knell. Yeah, but this whole time, Purified lost basically nothing. That Mirabelle cancel of the super weapon was just jaw-dropping, honestly. That army gets cleaned up, but really there's nothing left. I applaud Melon for hanging on this long, but there's just nothing left. Poor Avenger. Finally see the flight machine coming out. But just, wow, one heck of a match. This is the last couple of buildings being cleaned up. So let's talk about what Melon could have done, where the tipping point really was. I think early on, there was a chance for Melon to do a lot of damage and probably almost seal the deal when he got in here and killed all the architects. Kind of whiffed a little bit. I think the the anti-infantry vehicles and units really could have focused more on the architects, which at that stage of the game are more important, I think, than the infrastructure. Sorry, infrastructure can sit there, but if you don't have architects, it's going to take them forever to do anything. Additionally, it's hard to... It feels unkind to say, but I think Melon could have done better with the flow network. There was a time when he kind of stopped building. He could have basically had half the map revealed. I think continued attacks with Blade Troopers probably would have helped keep Purified on the back foot more. Get the Command Core starting, but I mean, really, there's nothing. There's no building back from this. I think when this last building goes down, that's going to be it. I think possibly mixing in amplifiers earlier. Yeah, there it goes. Possibly mixing in amplifiers earlier could have helped. Not having amplifiers, I think, was a problem, especially since the tech was there to have had them dealing bouncing damage to all of the Peacebringers. But really, I mean, Purified, just really solid play, kind of no big gaps that Melon could have gotten into. It was just, wow. I mean, well done by both players, really. But as a so-called Masari player in this game, seeing what Purified did was really inspiring, and I hope to be able to bring some of that to future matches that I play. So this is Wayward, and this has been Universe at War. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next time.